You are now tuned in to the GNWY Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the GNWY Podcast. And do not forget to like, subscribe, rate, review, do all the things so we can be able to get people's story and purpose out there to inspire the masses. So today we have none other than the voice of OSU Cowboys.
Yeah, man.
We have none other than my good friend B. Let's everybody make some noise for B.
What up?
Hey, let's go.
What's up,
let's
man?
go. Hey,
What
settle
up?
down back there. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Autographs afterwards. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, I appreciate you coming all the way from the city.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what, man? Thanks for having me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I don't take it lightly, man. And like, I know you've been doing a lot of great things, and having a lot
Appreciate
of great people on here. So it's an honor and privilege to be on here, my man.
It's an honor that you were willing to come through, bro. And for anybody who does not know, which is a shame if you don't, okay? So if you can, be Les, go ahead and tell them just a little bit about you, and then we'll go into just having a great conversation, bro.
Well, shoot, man. Yeah, man. I grew up right here in Oklahoma City, man. I claim Midwest City, East Side, and Spencer. Nobody can tell me that I can't. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard you talk about Spencer. I didn't know you came from Midwest City too.
Well, actually, I was born on 43rd and Prospect on the East Side.
Okay.
But I grew up as a child. I grew up in Midwest City, and then I came back to the East Side and went to Millwood in 8th grade.
Really?
So
okay.
like in Midwest City, and the reason I say Spencer is because I lived in a part of Midwest City that went to Oklahoma City Public Schools, which was Spencer Schools.
Wow. Okay.
So after Telstar, I went to Green Pastures, which is deep in Spencer. Then I went to Rogers Middle School, which is in Spencer. So all my friends was in Spencer. So I claim all three, bro. Sometimes people try to charge me up and say you can't claim all three. I'm like, man, trust me, I'm claiming all three. And can't nobody say nothing.
Exactly.
You know, so but yeah, man, married for 22 years to the best woman in the world to me.
Okay.
And got two amazing kids, man. 23 and 20, man.
And they're doing amazing things too.
Man, they're doing amazing things, and that's my greatest accomplishment. So I'm gonna always start out with that.
Right.
I'm retired Air Force, man. I'm a mentor.
Appreciate your service, by the way. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Served in Operation Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom. So
what branch?
Air Force.
Air Force. Yeah. You said, okay,
yes, sir, man. I did the tough work of being an accountant, man. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, yeah.
But
it's hard keeping those numbers in line, right?
Yeah. That's the only thing I could keep in line because everything else was out of control, man. But
yeah.
But yeah, man, mentor, man, soon to be author, man. My book releases September the 20th, which is my mom's birthday, man. And artist, and man, I'm the hype man for OSU, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do what I do, man. I love to do it, man. I wake up on 10, I go to sleep on 10.
Yeah.
And somehow I turn it down while I go to sleep, man. But I think when I'm asleep, I'm probably on 10 too, because every morning I wake up, I got sweat on my forehead. So I'm probably on 10 when I'm asleep,
just need to fix the AC. But yeah, that's dope, bro.
He said you didn't fix the AC, but yeah.
That's dope, bro. You really do have a resume for you, bro. And I really do appreciate you coming through because it's an honor, man. So and we've known each other for a while, bro.
Man, yeah, we go back, man. We done shared the stage together several times, man.
Yeah.
Rapping and impacting people, man. So yeah, we go back, dog.
Look, I've been looking up to y'all in many ways. Obviously, not only height, but like y'all legit like are especially pinnacle people within OKC for music and the just art and culture and community and everything, bro. And so at the time and then even still now to this day, looking up to y'all, bro. So
man, appreciate it, man. Hopefully we keep on doing things and making an impact on this world, man. Where you could continue to maybe you use the word in your words, look up to us, and hopefully we can keep on making a difference. Where we can impact as many people as possible.
Definitely,
you feel
man.
me?
I had Colin, or no, not Colin. I had Dylan Chase on on the podcast last year or a year and a half ago, bro.
Yeah, that's my
and
dude.
We were talking about the story of how I first met him.
Okay.
And then when I first met him was your music video. And I think it was.
Oh yeah, it was all about God Part 2. Yeah. Bro. Oh, you remember that? Oh, I forgot about that.
We were talking about it, bro. It's the funniest thing, bro. Because I just showed up and I was just there to like, learn from you guys. Like I'm like, just inspired, and I'm like, yo, it'd be fun to hang out, all that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how the invite was there, but the story is so funny. You ran out of actors. Okay.
I did.
Bro. And you look around and you're needing for a scene. So I'm gonna set it up for the people. So like you had this scene that you were trying to do, like, where people are rolling dice and like gambling and stuff like that, doing some dope things. Yeah.
Yep.
And then at the time somebody, I guess, didn't come through, right?
Yeah.
You're looking around, you're like, what do I do here? First one to be a wide open person is the one that's just randomly there. So you're like, bro, you trying to be
in this video, man?
Bro,
Hey,
I was like, what?
That was a long day, man. We had to do.
Yeah.
Man.
And so in the Hobby Lobby parking lot.
Yep.
Which is funny because now, looking at you now, you partner and know some people within Hobby Lobby.
Very true. At that time,
hilarious.
I didn't.
Exactly. Look how God came around, right?
On, man. Full circle.
And so, yeah, in shorts and low top Vans, red Vans, I remember I was rolling some dice. My mom would be proud. So
yeah, your mom would be like, "Hey, that was your debut." You know what I'm saying?
I do what I gotta do.
She probably asked you what a check was, though. Because if you're gonna be a drug dealer, you
right.
need to be a drug dealer.
It was hilarious, bro. But I appreciate it, bro. And that first experience was it's still.
I didn't know that's how you met Dylan. That's cool, man.
Yeah, that was the first experience.
Yeah. Who else was it? I'm trying to think who else was with you, because y'all I still remember y'all standing up in the video. Like the way y'all stood up and was looking when Trey was walking up. But who was there with you? You remember? It was you and someone else.
Dylan, his wife, and then I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that it was.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. But
was it Big Rob?
It wasn't Big Rob, man. It was somebody who was like gambling. The scene of.
I think it was one of your friends.
It probably was.
Because I think that I can't remember who it was, bro. So it was just a hilarious situation.
Man.
So
that's a minute ago.
It was, bro.
That was like 2000, bro. That was 2012, I believe, or 13. No, 13,
something like that. Yeah.
That was 2013.
I still got the white all God shirt that's got the crazy design on it.
Oh yeah.
That was fire.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude.
You came with the merch, bro.
Man, hey, bro. Listen, let me tell you, man. I was doing the merch before everybody was merching.
Really,
dude? Like artists used to laugh at me because I would have 5 or 6 shirts on my table back in 2011 and 12. And everybody else was pushing CDs, and I'm like, yeah, man, CDs is going away because we started selling like maybe 5 CDs a show with 500 people because they weren't buying the CDs. Everything was starting to go to.
But they wanted to represent the shirts.
But they wanted the shirt, dude.
Yeah.
So I figured like this is where I make my money, and I killed it, bro.
Yeah, bro. You were killing it, for sure.
Shout out to all the artists out there duplicating what your boy Big Les did back then, man.
yeah.
Nah, I'm being silly. Yeah,
That's
Big
hilarious.
Rob, you know who you are. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, so.
Yes. That's what's up. But for real though, yeah, even from then, so I want to get into everything, from what got you into what you were doing back then to where you are now. And so, getting into music and everything, was it always a passion to do music, or was it, just like a fun thing that you were doing, or
it was? I would say it was a fun thing. So in middle school, man, I was part of a rap group called Reality. Me and my boys was just walking through the Myriad Garden back then is what we called it downtown.
Yeah.
This guy saw me and a group of people. It was some band members actually. He was like, man, y'all look like y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should be a rap group. So his name was La La T. He threw us together, man. He wrote all our rhymes.
So he was your manager?
He was our manager, bro. And he was legit. Like he literally we went to a studio. He shopped us. I'm talking about had package deals and was really shopping us to labels, dude.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, for real. And my name was Lemon Drop.
Did he give you that name?
Yeah, he gave me Lemon Drop, coming out with strong. And man, you need to leave the drugs alone. It ain't cool, man. It ain't no joke. Yeah. Walking around smoking all that dope. Yeah, like I still remember
bro,
it, dude,
what? Lemon Drop, bro.
Lemon Drop. And,
bro,
yeah, dude.
What?
So I did
drop.
that.
Hold on. Sorry, bro. Lemon drop, bro.
So whenever y'all eat a lemon drop or see one, think about your boy B-Less. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my friend name was Chocolate Drop too. That's what's funny, dude.
So all of y'all were dropping.
We was out. Well, and me and him was drop. Everybody else is A-Rock. It was It was A-Rock, and then I'm trying to remember what was Sean's name. I don't remember, man.
Sean?
Yes.
Like Sean?
No, not Sean John. Yeah,
bro, I was about to say if he really was a part of the reality, bro.
No, he wasn't.
I'm about to go crazy.
Yeah, no, he came to Oklahoma later, man.
Right.
But yeah, man, that was so anyway. My point is I don't want to be a rapper, but this dude discovered us, wrote our rhymes, all this stuff or whatever. I remember we dissed Chris Cross, dude, like for real.
You remember the line?
Let me see. Let me see. Dang. I remember at the end, I said, we're not dissing Diana Ross, we dissing those fools called Chris Cross.
Oh my, so you came out and said the name.
Yeah, I actually said the name, bro. It was in my rhyme.
You were not playing around.
Bro, like I was naturally a rebel growing up, so I didn't mind controversy. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a hood where controversy was a way of life, so I didn't mind.
Come to Spencer, Oklahoma, I got you.
Yeah, they wouldn't have made it out. Chris Cross, you wouldn't have made it out of Spencer if y'all would have came for me, bro. But
with the name Lemon Drop though.
I know, man. That's funny. I grew up in, man. You know how much like my friends so I grew up in Murder One. All my friends made fun of me, bro. Like Lemon Drop is nothing gangster about Lemon Drop, bro.
Nothing
like
at all,
when I say
bro.
nothing,
Especially
it was just because I'm high yellow, bro.
Especially when I see you, is like you're this tall, big dude that's like Lemon Drop.
Lemon Drop, bro.
I do not
That's
see
like
it, bro.
That's like a big dude named being called Delicious. Y'all remember when Cedric the Entertainer was like he met somebody. It was like, my name is Delicious, and he was like, man, I ain't supposed to call you Delicious. What is like saying, hey, Delicious? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Lemon Drop, Delicious go together, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
Bro, yes.
So then music was my love, man. I played the drums. I'm really passionate about music.
I did not know you played the drums.
Oh, dude, that was my first love.
Whoa.
Yeah, I love the drums more than anything. And I was actually really good at it. By the age of 16 or 17, now I'm going to tell you, like, I'm a really humble man. But when it comes to cooking and drums, I lose humility.
Really?
So just get ready for listeners. Get ready. You know what I'm saying? Wow. So I was one of the coldest drummers in the world at that time. And in the world. Whenever a gospel artist would come to Oklahoma City, most of the time I was a drummer.
Really?
Yeah. So like the founders of gospel music, like Shirley Caesar, Timothy Wright, people like that back then, and a lot of people may not know who they are, but they were the big time. What Kirk Franklin is now to gospel music is what they were at that time.
Gotcha.
So whenever they would come in the city, I would play the drums for them. And yeah, man. So I grew up playing the drums. I went to college playing the drums, and so music was my life. My brothers, my dad, it was all in our family. And then I in 2002 was approached by Nick Smith about, here it is, someone else saying, man, let's do this rap group. Yeah. And the group named Mobsters of Light came to,
I've heard you talking about
that.
Yeah,
Mobsters of Light. Okay. Yeah, we were the Christian Wu-Tang. Really? Ask anybody. Like when I say we were the Christian version of Wu-Tang.
So did y'all come out before or like around the same time as Exodus and all that?
So Exodus came out. Now the Exodus came out like a year or two before us.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was Exodus, Preacherholics, and Supertropolis, and then MOL came on the.
I used to bang the Supertropolis talking about
the remix
Dogg song. What was it? I can't remember.
They remixed In the Closet with R. Kelly. They remixed 50 Cent. In the club, but they call it Out the Club.
Yeah.
Dude, they remixed Eminem song too. Well, that's a closet song. Eminem and R. Kelly.
Right.
I'm praying in my. They would say I'm praying in my closet.
Bro, looking back at it now, do you think that type of stuff is funny, or do you think it's like?
Oh, it's super funny now.
Yeah.
At that time, it was dope though.
It was,
and to be honest with you, like Supertropolis was so dope that they like was one of the first gospel groups or artists to break into the national scene.
Right.
Like was when they did Out the Club with that wasn't common.
Right.
Like now we look at it like, that's corny or that's something we wouldn't do, and it is funny now. But back then. They were very effective, and honestly, they had so many. They had so much charisma. Yeah. They would dress up in choir robes, just different things or whatever.
I think the thing that made them different about especially that time during now, because now is like you had to be like sneaky. Like if you grew up in a Christian household or whatever, and it was like super strict, you had to be sneaky to get out to all the other music outside, right?
Yeah.
Like back then, because like during that time, like because this was when I was like middle school or whatever, and middle school I was thinking like, man, this is so dope. They're coming out with this new music, blah blah blah, and and then my other friends were like, that's a remix to and I'm like, Oh,
what?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And so like I was strictly believed to be like, this is new stuff. And so during that time, I think it's like that's what really, the church world or stuff for everybody that was.
Well, it was so effective, man. I mean, I miss those days. I mean, Oklahoma City was really. I mean, when you think about Oklahoma, you think about we got Dre Murray, Cash was in Oklahoma. We got Dylan Chase. You got Fidel. I think he's called something else now. You had Cadence. Exodus. You had Cadence. Yeah. I mean, Oklahoma, man, was deep, bro.
Deep, bro.
And
because even in Lecrae used to come up to Oklahoma
all the time. Yeah. Lecrae used to come up. I remember Lecrae coming selling CDs out of his trunk. We did a concert with him in Lawton before he was, real big type thing. And, I mean, Lecrae, he didn't even have AC in that car. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like it was like 115 outside. Shout out to Lecrae, bro. You didn't have no AC. He was selling CDs though, sweating like a mug. You know what I'm saying?
I remember the one that he was supposed to be at the Cube, but his plane got canceled or something like that. I can't remember, but everybody, it was deep in there. And
that was was that the 116 tour?
No, it was before that.
Okay.
So I think it's like after the music stop or something like that.
Yeah.
And
I missed that Lecrae though.
Right. You do?
Absolutely missed it.
Yeah.
I missed the after the music stop, Rebel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I missed that that's another subject, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about you. So be less, bro. So you go from, loving music, and then it sounds like a lot of people saw stuff in you that you may not have saw in yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? And so like, for one, getting lemon dropped, and then and then going into this next one of Mobsters of Light, right?
Yeah, Mobsters of Light.
And then so like from that point on, where did you go from there?
So from that point on, man, we did that for about 7-8 years.
Yeah.
So we got a Dove Award for our album. It was a really big deal. Yeah, we got a big deal. So we went to Atlanta and received that. And then I went solo. I left the group, it's always one.
As the rebel, like you think I got this, or was it just like
no? It was like I'm done.
Really?
My mom had passed, and I just was like,
okay.
When you go transitioning in life, man, you're just trying to figure it out.
Right.
And I felt like I was just better without. I was like, I'm done with rap. My inspiration, my huge inspiration in my life was my mom.
Right.
So I was like, I'm done with rap, and then I just remember like music was also therapeutic. So I just started like writing some rhymes. Just to kind of open up my heart, man, and put my feelings to a paper, and next thing you know it, man, I'm in the studio like, man, let me go ahead and just record this music. That's what gave the birth to Be Less, man.
Really?
Yeah, All About God was one of my first tracks.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That
okay.
timeless song, yeah. So
that's crazy.
Anyway, so 2011, man, I became a solo artist.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, 2013, I'm in a Hobby Lobby parking lot with you, man, shooting a video. I released 3 albums. I released the album 2011, 12, 13, 3 years in a row.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now that's like crazy to hear that.
That ain't happening no more. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, they don't be putting in work. But okay, so what's the B and less? Like, what's the stand for? Obviously, be less. But
so it's pretty much being less with God is more. You know what I mean? Like, I had a real challenge with humility growing up.
Yeah.
And in 2006, when I was in Kuwait, I just had an impact, had a moment with God where, he pretty much let me know that humility was an ingredient that I was missing in my life to really be used by him. And so I just wanted to, my name is Les. So and I didn't want to be called blessed. That was too common.
Right.
So I was like, I'm going to be less, be less with God is more.
Wow.
That's
deep, bro.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
We talked about that. You're always thinking, and I feel like you are a deep thinker.
I am sometimes, for sure.
Sometimes, or is it like you just thoughts are just running through your mind?
Well, no, I'm actually a deep thinker. You're
right.
Like
there's 2 different things on that. You know what I'm saying? You could be thinking about a lot of stuff, but like deep thinking is like another level.
So I do both. I think about a lot of stuff, and I'm a deep thinker. But when I hear the word deep thinker, I think about somebody that's not fun.
Right.
And I'm pretty fun, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like,
right.
I am a deep thinker. Like, I do think a lot. I told you earlier, if I got paid for thinking, I would be super rich. I'd be filthy rich.
Billies, yes.
Yeah, man. So I think part of what it is, I'm always looking for the lesson in whatever it is, good or bad.
Yeah.
I'm also always looking for what lesson is in this thing and what can I learn from it. and what can I pass on from it, that I learned or whatever. So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. So now you're kind of moving in and transitioning into being, for one, a great speaker, right?
Appreciate it, man.
And you're doing that whole motivational,
out here on the stage, just trying to do what I can.
Some lives and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so hold on. We're gonna have to go back because how long ago was it that you actually became the voice of OSU?
2017. August 2017.
Oh, wow. So it's been a minute.
Yeah. I'm going into my 6th year. Yeah.
That's dope. Okay. So what did they do? They were just like, bro, you wear a lot of OSU.
Yeah.
And you're an alumni, right?
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not. Yeah. It's so funny too when I be having that conversation with OSU fans. They be like, yeah, you alumni, right? I be like, no, I'm not. They be like, oh. The conversation.
Hey, it's your 6th year though, so you're technically an alumni. You're coming back.
No, that's real.
That's all alumni.
They need to go ahead and give me an honorary
plaque, bro. Get you a statue, bro, of you yelling in the microphone. That would be fire with the glasses and everything.
I mean, my wife got me a bobblehead. You know what I'm saying?
You got your own bobblehead?
I got my own bobblehead.
Word.
Bro. I got my own bobblehead.
Okay.
Bro,
Let's go.
You know
that's fire.
But yeah, so really, how I got to that, just so you know, to tap into that.
No,
I did chapel for the football team for 3 years.
Oh,
so
okay. Gotcha.
home games, I would go in, do music, bring a word.
That's dope.
One of the football players, man, you should do this song. You should do a song for OSU. So I did Let's Go Pokes.
Right.
And that's kind of what opened the door with the administration to get to where I'm at now because
that was their theme song for a minute, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They still bump it at the game.
That's dope. Yeah.
That song right there, I couldn't duplicate it if I tried. Like that song was perfect. I guess that is one of the most perfect songs I've ever made. Like my song Freedom. If you ask me, Les, what is your top 3 songs, like perfect song, the best song you ever made?
Yeah.
Let's Go Pokes would be in the top 3 because like it came out of, I got the beat, I wrote it in one night, I recorded it that same night. You know when it's in you, when it's there just flowing out.
Right. Yeah.
And man, that song is so complete, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had actually wrote a different song to that same beat.
Gotcha.
And then, when the football player says, so you should make a song for OSU, man, I just took that same beat, switched it out, man. And next thing you know, man, they asked me did I want to try out for the position, and I killed it, bro.
That's dope.
I mean, I was being honest with you. Like I did amazing in the tryout. I was like shocking myself, dude. Like, no, for real, like, they gave me the script the day before.
Yeah.
So to give you more context, so y'all don't just think that like I'm a jerk full of myself. The full context is
because we're over that, bro.
Yeah,
he already has the name Be Less.
Yeah,
so he knows.
So don't take me back, y'all.
And it's not less of. That's what the thing is. They probably get it twisted. Is like it's not less of you, but obviously more of God. Mm-hmm. But it's not because like self-esteem is not thinking less of yourself, bro.
I know.
You gotta have the balance of the confidence.
It's a great balance.
So
to
tell
have,
him about it, bro.
So
how did you get this?
So man,
did you come decked out?
No, I didn't. So this is what happened. The truth is, I was scared of the job. So when they mentioned it to me about trying out, I didn't hear from them for like 3 months after that. And the truth,
after you tried out.
No. This is after they asked me, did I want to try out?
Got you.
They was like, hey, the guy resigned from the position. Would you like to try out? I was like, yes. Gave them my information. I didn't hear from them for like 3 or 4 months.
And you didn't even have the song recorded at this time, or yes?
No, the song was out.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. I recorded the song in 2015.
Got you. Okay.
And so I honestly was okay with almost getting the job.
Right. Because that's pretty dope.
I mean, like I was really scared of it, if I'm being honest with you, because that's a totally different skill that it takes.
Yeah.
And I was so intimidated by it, but I was like, man, I'm cool with just telling my friends. I almost became the hype man. And then boom, one day they hit me out the blue. Oh yeah, we're gonna have tryouts next week. We're gonna send you the script. Man, they didn't send me the script until the day before the tryout.
Jesus.
That's shout out to my girl Kimber that was in the military with me.
Yeah.
I got the script. I took that whole day to learn it, less than 24 hours to try out. And bro,
that's some pressure, bro.
Pressure. But you know what?
Less than 24 hours?
Pressure either do what? Bust pipes or
make diamonds, baby.
And dude, let me tell you something, man. I made diamond Kool-Aid, bro.
Let's go.
Man, y'all ain't heard of that diamond Kool-Aid.
What was it? What was the setup like? So you like go in front of judges or like what?
So it was 6 people there. I went into the stadium.
A stadium with just 6 people?
6 people.
Bro, that's like doing a COVID performance.
It is 100% like that. So let me tell you, there's a message. You asked me, I'm a deep thinker.
On me.
Let me tell you why I was ready to try it in front of 6 people.
Yeah.
It's because when I traveled as a rapper, like I always gave my all, whether it was 660, 600, 6,000, or 60,000. And the reason I did that was because I didn't feel like I was performing for the people. I always felt like I was performing for God.
Yeah.
And so those moments, I'll tell you, some of my best concerts that I ever remember, it was like 10 people in there.
Yep.
For real.
Yep.
You know, and so performing and giving my all in those moments when it was little people allowed me to give my all.
Not little people,
as in like,
but little, not anyway. Go ahead, sorry.
Small amount of people.
I just want to clarify for my
like
people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. You know what I'm saying?
I had to clarify for my people.
There you go, clarify. Because I don't want to get canceled, y'all. I don't want to get canceled.
On me, right. I was looking out for you,
boy,
my guy.
They will
eat you up.
Listen, oh my goodness. So,
right.
But yeah, man. So, it was 6 people in the stadium.
Yeah.
You know, I was pretty nervous, not too nervous, because it was almost like a God thing, man. It's like I knew this was a God thing.
Yeah.
And I went in there, you know, honestly, some of the people that was judging was like big time at me, bro. Like they weren't even paying attention. You know, while I'm out there trying out, they was like, "So, man, how's the kids, Bill? Like you doing?" Like I'm actually going for it.
They're
were
not
like,
even paying attention.
Not even paying attention, bro.
Wow.
And so the first one I did it, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Smacked it. Second one.
But what is it? What do you do? Are you doing that, performing that song? You just yelling in the mic?
No. They gave me a script like on things to do and things to say. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So the script would be, let's say if it's the Pistol P partner, like everybody seen what's going on around with Warren the Cowboy Clay.
Right.
So let's say it was that. They gave me that script and it's not like one line. It's like 5 or 6, 7, 8 lines, a paragraph that you have to say, right? And they didn't expect for me. They told me, they said, we don't expect you to memorize this. Just be familiar with it. But I challenged myself to memorize it. So when I got
more natural too.
Yeah, exactly. And so I did it. I did Orange Power. Then the second one was another script that they gave me, and I smacked it. And then the third one, that's when I kind of got their attention.
Yeah.
Right. Because the third one, I killed it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, change the name from Susie to Larry Crawford, and they're from Tabasco, Oklahoma, you know, so they did that.
What? For what? What's the reason?
Well, the thing is like whenever you have a script, you usually say the kid's name, how old they are, and where they're from, and you put that in the script.
Right.
So whenever someone sees me saying a person's name at any game you come to, know that I got that name like right before I went on the camera.
Right.
And I have to lock it in.
Yeah.
So what they did was I practiced it with, you know, a name, where they were from, and the age.
But they didn't know who they were dealing with.
Exactly. So they was like, well, let's see how good he really is.
Right.
Change the name to this, the age to this, and where they're from. They did that on the spot. And when they said that on the spot, bro, marked it, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I tell you, and when I say that, that's not just on the real.
Yeah.
When I say that, it's not bringing glory to myself, because I really believe that God really anointed me for that moment.
Yeah.
Like it was a thing, like my memory was out of this world. We talking about less than 24 hours to remember 6 scripts.
That's super hard, bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not me, bro. That's not normal, dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I did it. I killed it. And next thing you know, man, I'm the hype man. I'm in front of 60,000 people, bro.
That junk is wild.
And you want me to tell you what's even funnier? Or what's even crazier?
Of course.
Or what's deeper, since you like to, you say,
bro, let's go.
I had a speech impediment as a kid, bro.
Now let's talk about it.
Man, so like, I feel like every time I'm in front of people at OSU or any kind of stage with a number of people, that God is getting like, he's laughing.
I heard you talk about this at the EYA. So like, go keep going. Yeah.
Well, I feel like he gets a really good hearty laugh out of it, because a thing that was considered to be weak ended up being something that he used for his glory.
Yep.
And, you know, and ended up being a tool that I'm using, you know, across the world. And, you know, kids made fun of me all the time for the way that I talk, because I mess up words. I still mess up words.
Bro, yeah.
My family make fun of me like every day, and I tell them, yeah, that's all right, because this mouth is making some money for us, right? And so,
of course.
Yeah, they still make it, but it's good though. You know, they said they're in my life to keep me humble. You know, so
there you go.
And I need to stay humble. Be less, right?
Be less.
So, but anyway, but yeah, man. So now, you know, I'm out there doing
what was the turning point? Like, you have to take classes, or how did you?
Yeah, so in elementary, I had to take these speech classes. You know, and really,
what grade was that?
Man, shoot, bro, that's elementary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll say that I asked that
Yeah.
because in second grade I had to take like special reading classes.
Okay.
So like they shoved me like it was just because I couldn't comprehend as fast as the other students, but I could spell like crazy. Give me a word, I'll spell it, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and then so that was, you know, my downfall. And then they put me in like special reading classes. Mom got super pissed. She's
Yeah.
like, you not putting my baby in something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she got involved. But anyway.
Well, and the peer pressure at that time too. You know what I'm saying? The kids,
Yeah.
when you go to a special class like that, you know, the kids like to make fun of you and
Right,
all that
right.
type of thing. And for me, the two biggest things I got made fun of was three. One was freckles. Second was
You got made fun of because of freckles?
oh yeah.
That's dumb.
You got to remember, bro, like it is dumb, but you know,
I forget how dumb like kids have like comebacks for things.
bro,
and
you
they
know how
just,
much I
like,
heard connect the dots, la 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 la, bro. Come on.
La 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 la. They had
Yeah,
a whole
they-
song for you, bro.
Yeah, connect the dots, la 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 la. So that was a Pee Wee Herman thing. Yeah.
Would they like circle around you and like just chant?
No,
that?
you clowning now, Jordan.
Bro, I'm just imagining this going on. Lemon Drop getting surrounded by.
Yeah, nah, they just made fun of me, bro. Like,
Oh
you know.
my
So here's the thing:
Yes.
is like, you know, here we go, another deep moment.
Yeah.
The thing about being light skinned is to dark skinned people, you're not black enough,
Right.
and to white people, you're still black, right? And so me being my skin tone in a predominantly black neighborhood, I was the white person that got picked on, right? You know, I wasn't white, but you know, because of my skin tone, you
Right.
know, so I heard it all, and that was just, you know, my freckles. That's not common, you know what I'm saying? So my freckles I got made fun of. The second thing was I had satellites, bro. I had big ears. Like I'm a bigger guy now, but I was a toothpick back then. So I had super hit.
Satellites?
Bro, I had handlebars, bro. If you put your hands like this and do like this, my whole head will move, bro. You know, and the third thing was my speech.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So-
I'm giving everybody ammo
Bro,
right
that's
now.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
I won't use it.
I'm fine if you
in
do.
this moment, I'm here, bro. I'm here. That's dope.
Yeah.
And so you said, my bad. Connect the dots, and then your
Big ears.
big ears,
And then my speech.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. That's the three things that people made fun of me the most.
So when was the turning point, and you seeing yourself getting better in the speech?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I don't even think it was the classes, bro. My mom was I think she was an alien. You know, the Bible does say like we're aliens passing through. But my mom, the way she raised me was uncommon. And I think her words and her confidence in me and that she instilled in me helped me more than the classes. Like my confidence, bro, you're like, I was that kid that, you know, was all about ragging back in the day. I was that kid that kept going, and the other kid was going 100% lose and get mad and ready to fight me.
Yeah.
And so my confidence was so high, even when they made fun of me with my speech, it never like, my story is I got made fun of, but my story is not it made me like depressed, sad, or feel inadequate or whatever. Like
Did it just add fuel to the fire, or was it just like, I don't care?
I don't care.
Right.
I had I majored in I don't care as a kid.
Right.
I'm one of the people that had to learn to care.
You got an IDC degree.
IDC degree. Come on, man.
That's fire.
We just created something, baby.
Let's go.
IDC degree. Yeah, I really majored in that, and I'm one of those people that had to learn to care because I didn't care about much at all.
That's real. Especially whenever you start you getting in that mode, you become like the defensive when walls are always up. So initially you're always continually pushing people out, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, I feel that. So even that point, like, when did you have to start realizing that, oh, dang, I need to probably break some walls down?
I would say when I got married. Yeah, it wasn't like in my teenage years or anything like that. It was more so when I got married because I don't care, you know, majoring in IDC, having an IDC degree.
That's fire. Yeah.
You know, it's no way that's a recipe for disaster in a marriage.
Facts.
You know, and
any relationship.
any relationships. And so I was naturally a rebel. You mixed that with it, it just was a bad combination.
Yeah.
And so that's when I realized I had to start caring, man. It was just, you know, God changed my heart. And the first several years, my wife and I, we've been married 22 years, happily married 12
Shout out
years.
to her, yes.
Shout out to my wife, but we've been happily married 12 years.
Hey,
I had to grow up. I had to learn because I was pretty crazy when we first got married. Real talk on some serious stuff like it was just I didn't really know how to be a husband and a father. I didn't really know. I didn't have a blueprint for it because in my neighborhood it was maybe 5 fathers out of 200 houses.
Jeez.
So I just wasn't used to the pressure that came with being a leader.
Yeah.
And so, I had an encounter with God, man, and that's when I realized less you have to start caring. Because here's the truth. Like now, caring is like, caring and love is my MO, bro. But that wasn't growing up.
Yeah.
And part of it is because to go back to, me as a kid with the I don't care, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it to 25. Like, I didn't know if I was going to live past 25 because people in my neighborhood either got 25 years or didn't make it to 25 years. For a lot, many, not all, but a lot.
Yeah.
And so, man, I was just, living life because I didn't know if I was going to live forever.
So it's like that YOLO mentality type thing. It's like, just do whatever.
Hey, I created YOLO. I created YOLO, bro.
Bro, I swear, I think that I need to start coming to you because you say that you create most things in the world. That's wild.
I did, bro. Y'all need to start. Start. You know what, man? I mean, like, I'm sitting here thinking about Birdman. They asked Birdman. They said, they said, what's the biggest mistake you ever made? And he said, said, I did not bling bling. He said he hates that he did not patent. What's the word? Copyright. He didn't
copyright.
He didn't copyright bling bling, and he said he's missed out on millions and millions of dollars. So I say that to say YOLO, all this other stuff I created. I guess I missed out on opportunity. I should have copied. I missed out on money, bro.
Did you hear the crazy thing about Ye? How he said his greatest mistake was signing Big Sean.
I saw that.
Isn't that crazy?
That's really crazy.
I'm
surprised to hear that.
I don't know how mad I would be if I was Big Sean. I would be livid.
I would too, man, especially for someone that he looked up to him, he idolized him.
And then think about
everything he's done in his life is what you're saying.
I understand that it was a big opportunity. That's great and life-changing, clearly. But like Big Sean is like one of the biggest artists on his label. Right? So it's like, why would that be the biggest mistake?
Well, let me say this. One, is probably more to it than we know. But then two, Kanye West got to where he's at being different.
For sure.
Doing the unexpected.
For sure.
Like, he's such a genius that it's a problem.
I get that.
Right?
But what does that mean toward that situation?
So with that situation, we look at it like he's the biggest artist bringing in the most money. Right? That's how you and I look at it. Like how
that, but then also there's a lot of. Go ahead, finish your
point.
No,
you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Because I'm kind of going off my memory on what happened. I saw the videos and read it so long ago, so you might remember something.
I'm thinking like there was a lot of stuff going on, and I don't know why we're on this topic, but like there was a lot of stuff going on, during the 2015 and then Dark Skies, skyscrapers and all that, and then like a lot of beef going on between him and Drake, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that like there was more on that side of it, so it's like more drama than it was him thinking about him actually signing Sean.
Well, see, that's because you and I here's the thing. I just think about it. We're on the outside looking at it and what makes sense to us.
It's all speculation.
But here's the thing. The stress that you feel in your life, only you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you could tell me you could be like, man, you could say, I got these bills to pay and my money is low. Mm-hmm. You could say, man, I hit my toe on the sofa.
Yeah.
You could say, man, my bike, the tire is flat. So in my mind, I'm going to say your money being low has got to be the biggest thing. But for you, the bike might bring you more pleasure than anything. So your tire being low. Yeah, so to me, I'd be like, man, I can't believe that he picked a tire. But I'm saying like the money got to be the biggest thing. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just, $5, you can cash out me. I just taught y'all something right there.
Real.
That you can look at something.
That's an illustration. That's real.
I mean, for real. Because for you, your tire, like riding your bike every day may be your stress reliever.
Right.
So I'm like, bro, surely it's not the tire.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I'm like, it got to be the money. But you're like, no, it's not the money. So what I'm saying is, I'm not making an excuse for Kanye because I still think that it was kind of, I can't say that word. It was didn't make sense.
Yeah,
I was refraining from using the word crazy.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. But in his world, whatever happened between him and Big Sean might have brought more stress than what we would have picked out to be more stress, right? Like
Definitely.
with him and Drake.
Definitely.
Him and Drake was like brothers, just like him and Jay-Z. I mean, that to us, that's like a big deal, man. They brothers. Brothers are gonna fight, man, and they gonna come back together. Yeah, I fight, man. You know how many fights I've had with my brothers?
I get that. I was an only child, so
okay.
Wild stuff. But just talking to myself and everything. a lot of parent teacher conferences. Me and my mom. No, I'm playing. But like, I understand that aspect of it because I got friends, like super close friends. Like we get irritated with each other, get mad, blah, blah, blah. And we're cool. But it's like, I don't know, man. There's just some weird vibe. And I watched an interview one time and it was like the way that he was talking about it, you could tell like there was like some type of spiritual
thing going on,
darkness in that aspect.
See, I here's the thing is you know, that's something that you remember. I watched it, but see, I brain dump, bro. So like, I don't remember everything that happened. I don't remember everything that happened in that. So with you saying that and using that those words, it tells me that it must be something in that video.
Are you a people reader, bro? You a people reader? You like to read people or watch people?
I definitely am, but a lot of times I'm wrong too, though. Because like some of it is like hood trauma or military, you know, having a mindset. Going from the hood to the military is like is a bad. It's not a great thing.
Right.
It was a great thing for me. Don't get me wrong. In my life, it was a great thing. But all the fear that I had growing up, the way that I grew up with the trauma, the military also prepared you to fight and to look for the enemy and to protect yourself. The word protect is in everything that we write.
Yeah.
And so it actually enhanced my trauma. It enhanced my fear when I go into public places.
Wow.
If you knew the fear that I carry when I'm around a lot of people, it would surprise you.
I believe it.
Because you'd be like, dude, you're around people all the time.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of times where I have to rebuke my mind too. Because to go back to your original question of reading people, I do. Yeah. But sometimes I might read someone and they might think they're a bad person when they're not. Because that person that may look like a bad person in my mind might actually be the person that saved me. And the reason I saved that is because that's me. There's times where people like look afraid of me. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, I'm really the one that would jump in front of a bullet for you. And I don't even know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, judging people is a bad thing. Sometimes it's right, sometimes you're wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's an interesting perspective on like going from, because I mean a lot of people either do the army or grow up in the hood or whatever, but like you doing both. That's like double on double trauma.
Double, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Double. Like I was already not sitting with my back to the door as a kid. So now I definitely don't sit with my back.
And there's a lot that goes into growing up in that area. It's like, I mean, like with your dad, what relationship with that like?
So my dad growing up, man, he wasn't present. You know what I mean? Like I knew who he was. He gave my mom child support. I stayed the night with him from time to time.
Right.
But my mom raised me. My mom was my mom, my mother, and my father. So,
and I'm asking this in the sense of like trying to paint the picture for some people who didn't grow up in that area. It's not because when you just say the hood, some people just think a rundown area, whatever is like broken out windows, blah blah blah. But I'm trying to like, there's a whole life around some of these situations. It's like you didn't have your dad.
You want me to paint a picture?
Paint the picture, bro.
Yeah. So
we're here for
single mom, bro. Like you know, I grew up in the demographics where there's a lack of resources.
Yeah.
So that is a recipe for crime. You know what I mean? And so there was actually Cops. An episode of Cops recorded across the street from my house, bro.
Really?
Cops, like you see on TV.
Bad boys.
Yeah. I mean, police with cameras and everything right across the street. Yeah. I saw a race brawl, you might call it a race riot, across 2 houses down from me. There was a drive-by, and miraculously, a kid's zipper stopped a bullet from going into his skin. Yeah, a zipper, bro.
Like on his jacket.
On his pants. On his pants. Yeah.
His zipper saved him from going.
Yeah, the zipper stopped the bullet.
Jeez.
That's a God thing.
Those must be Levi's.
You know, shout out to Levi's, bro. Shout out to like Wrangler, whoever that was.
By the way, bro, okay. I know I don't want to get off topic, bro.
Bro, we don't get off topic 20 times. We might as well keep it going,
it's good
bro.
conversation, bro. So I just want to say shout out to Taylor Moore, owner of... should we say it now? We'll save it. We'll save it. Save it for right now.
Save it, yeah.
Save it for right now. But shout out to, we figured out a way to get Taylor Moore on the podcast.
On the camera and
He's
everything.
a producer. He edits these things, does all the things. So shout out to my guy Taylor. So big things coming for him. And partnership with Generation Y in the studio. So anyway, so that's where the voice is coming from. I just wanted to. He's
so
not just
know.
like a random.
Taylor's the man.
Right.
Everything you watching and hearing, he put that together.
He put it together.
Yeah.
So anyway, so painting the picture, doing all this. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I mean, like, you know,
bullets save
the kid. Addicts, you know, coming to your house.
Zipper save the kid, not the bullet.
Zipper, yeah. Addicts coming to your house line. The number one thing that we heard the most is my kids need medicine. You know, but really they just trying to, you know, buy a $5 crack rock.
Right.
You know, people getting quoted on. I saw that often. Like quoted on. If you say what's that, that means getting jumped and beat up and to get into a gang. And so, you know, my first time witnessing a shooting. First time I was 7. You know, a kid got killed. You know, I'm sorry, he didn't get killed, but he got shot in the knee at 7. So like,
and you saw this.
Oh yeah, I was standing right there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I witnessed that, and that was my first one. You know, so that means that more happened. So that's the type of neighborhood I grew up in. You know, so that's just painting a picture of when I say hood. You know, it just basically it's just lack of resources.
Yeah.
A lack of people. I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? You know, black people, you know, y'all doing all the crime and this and that or whatever. But I'm here to say that no matter where you at in this world, where there's a lack of resources, there's going to be crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And there's different levels. I say different levels, but like, it's just like sin. One type of crime is all bad. You're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? And not you, but like the people, system leaders creating systems to fail certain areas.
Come on, man.
You're still in the wrong. That's committing a crime. No matter what.
Bro, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. I mean, we were even talking about Taylor yesterday and talking about how it's the most irritating thing for me whenever I see somebody on the team that's got so much potential and they just sitting on that potential, right? And most of these people do. They come from, you know, that type of mentality of like, okay, I wasn't raised with a lot of resources or opportunities. Now that I'm given opportunity, I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. And so it's like, but I'm seeing something in you that you may not have ever seen in yourself before, and nobody's ever spoken life into you, right? So it's like that type of thing is the same equivalent to this other person that's got hella money and they're just sitting on that and not pouring it into something that could be useful. So this type of potential and this type of potential are both being sat on and being wasted, right?
Hey man, that's real.
That's a whole different deep conversation.
That's real.
Saying,
that's real. I was just having a conversation the other day about Elon Musk. Like, you know, he was gonna buy Twitter for $50 million and things like. I was like, this dude got so much money he could never spend if he wanted to. I was like, imagine if he just dropped $1 million and like homelessness or whatever into each major cities, bro.
Anybody that makes money like that,
you know,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
what are we
anyone.
doing?
Yeah, I mean, like that's anyway, yeah, man, that's a whole nother subject.
But
you're
right.
right.
I'm saying it's a crime regardless.
Yeah.
But that's the same thing with sin. Like there's certain sins that are amplified in the church. Okay, we talk about infidelity. We talk about getting a tattoo. You know, we talk about whatever. But it's like the same thing. It's like you seeing everything that's being painted on the news in regards to a certain type of area.
Yeah.
Right. And that is what's going to get amplified as the wrong. Okay, but what set them up for it looking like that?
Exactly.
Y'all both are in the wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's called a system.
So who created that system? So you're creating the crime to create more crime.
Exactly.
So you stupid.
So what you're saying is like it's the same thing as crime. We're looking at the cause like. We're looking at the effect. We're not looking at the cause is what you're saying, right? Yeah. We're looking at the effect of the decisions made, but you also got to address the cause.
Even whenever I'm talking to my fiance, bro, okay, listen, this is a whole different thing, but relatable.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about an argument. We're in the end of the argument. Okay. And I'm saying, why are we here? Right. And she's saying, well, that. And I say, okay, but what about? Boom. This is what started it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's that tough conversation.
Right. So it's like nobody wants to go from. Everybody wants to amplify where we're at.
And,
not where we started.
Exactly. And one of the things is, I've, especially since George Floyd, I've sat down with a lot of people. And
I was going to ask about that.
Well, a lot of one-on-ones, man. I've sat down with people who hate black people and just heard their perspective and given my perspective. And
what were those conversations like, bro? Did you initiate it?
Well, some of them I did, but actually some people reached out to me.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. I actually sat down with a KKK member.
What paint that?
Well, we had an incident happen in Oklahoma. I can't really say what.
Why did you look excited to say this? You said, well.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go for it.
We had an incident happen in Oklahoma that hit the news. And I'm not really at liberty to kind of say what it was, but what I will tell you, it was a big deal, What I will say is, like, Sean King even spoke on this thing that happened. And so someone reached out to me and was like, hey, can you sit down with this person and basically mentor them and talk to them and help them? And I did. The thing is that
the person that reached out to you, were they African American or were they white?
White.
Okay.
So
they were advocating to this person needs help, right?
Basically.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Go for it.
And here's the thing is, did I want to say no? I wanted to say no.
Heck yeah.
But I have committed my life to bringing water to the fire and
was
not
that
gas.
person involved with this situation? Or was this like not?
It was a friend of a person that was involved with the situation.
Okay.
So this person did something. Their friend reached out to me. Like, can you meet with that person? Right?
Yeah.
And so I've committed my life to bringing water to the fire and not gas. And so because of that, I said yes. It didn't matter how I felt. Didn't matter how angry I was or anything. I said, I'm committed to being a light for God, and my light doesn't matter if I stay in well-lit areas. I need to go to dark places. Yeah. And so that conversation was actually, it was a lot of tears, bro. A lot of tears. And this person, they proclaimed to be a Christian. And I just gently challenged that, because I was like, it sounds like your identity and your loyalty is more to the flag than Jesus. And they couldn't argue with it.
I've had that conversation before.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, and honestly, that's a lot of Christians right now. It's like
you'll hear more about political views than you do about your God views.
So, man, dang, I have so much to say, bro. So this is a great lady
in my life. That's why we're on a podcast.
Yeah, we are. Great lady in my life. I won't dare say who it is, but this lady is, 30 years older than me, and she's been a rock for me. Been a rock in my life, man.
Yeah.
And I just kind of got tired of the text messages and everything that was very political and sending me to websites that was one-sided, right? And so I just challenged her. I said, I love you. I said, however, for you to be the great woman that you are, I hear way more come out of you about politics and at that time was Trump was the president. Then you talk about Jesus. I see you post more about politics than Jesus. You talk to me about politics more than you do about Jesus.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I just gently challenged her. And I was like, for you to be the woman of God that you are, let's keep the main thing. And our identity here. And this is coming from a guy who signed his life on a piece of paper for this country.
Yeah.
My identity is not in a uniform. My identity is not being in the military. My identity is not the American flag. My identity is in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Everything else comes after that. You know what I mean? And so my loyalty, and here's the thing.
Your loyalty is not in a uniform. It's in unification.
Come on, somebody. Yeah, man. And so I've opened my life up to that. It's a two-way street, man. You gotta have an open mind. A lot of tears when the guy and I was talking, and
So what was he defensive? Like for
Yeah, he was a defensive a little bit because he didn't. Because here's the thing: it's the echo chamber.
Right. You're right. You have to look at yourself. But like, how did you approach it? Like from the jump, like you just walk in, and be like, "What's up, man?" No, like what was that interaction like?
Nah, man, it was very.
Did
intense.
he know that this was the point of the conversation?
Yeah, it was very intense. Like
Gotcha.
it was a thing of we both was thinking the same thing. Is this safe?
Right.
Where are we gonna meet? We met at a church.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because
that's a good idea.
because here's the thing: is one, this guy couldn't go in public, so it would have been good or safe for us to meet.
He's probably like well known or something.
Yeah. And then the second thing was I didn't want it to seem like, my yes was contingent upon this is not a publicity thing.
Right.
We don't need people to know about it. And then the third thing was you weren't going to use me to try to patch up, try to be your PR person to make you look better.
Right.
If you really want to learn, let's sit down.
Yeah.
But if this is about you trying to clean up your image, I'm not doing it. I'm not here for that.
Yeah.
And so
that would make you look bad too.
Exactly. And I wasn't about to, but yeah, man. So, it was a challenge. It was very intense.
Yeah.
Think about you meeting with someone who doesn't like you and your people. And then think about in his shoes, think about he's representing the people that I just, I wouldn't say, well, maybe that he didn't like, or just say that those that he said something bad about.
Yeah.
So he's probably thinking, I'm going to be upset too, right?
Right.
So I'm thinking, man, this man don't like people like me. And he's thinking, man, I just talked about people like him. So how's it going to come in?
Right.
So, but it ended up being beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
It was like a beautiful storm, bro. Like, you know how the rainbow come out after the big old tornado and the big storm and the hell? We had to go through all those phases. We had to go through.
How long was the conversation?
We met several times, but a couple hours.
Got you.
And again, a lot of tears. And because he was a Christian, I was able to challenge him from that perspective.
Yeah.
And that's a conversation we can really stay in for a while.
Oh, definitely.
But anyway, I spent my life a couple of years of my life just being an advocate for racial reconciliation and unity, and I still stand on that. You know, some people don't like it on both sides. I'm okay with that. It's the calling that God has put on my life to be in the linear area with having a foot on both sides of the track, if you will, to be a bridge. And so I live my life as a bridge. Yeah. And,
So we could stay on this topic because like even during, because that was during 2015.
George Floyd? No, that was 2020. 2020 was crazy.
Mike Garner, right?
Yeah.
Eric Garner, sorry.
Eric Garner.
Eric Garner was like 2015, right?
Yeah, and then Terrence Crutcher out in Tulsa I think he was the summer of 2017.
And then
Mike Brown was before Terrence Crutcher, I believe.
I think it was like Eric Garner, Mike Brown, or vice versa. Mike Brown, Eric Garner, boom.
Terrence, and then Philando Castile.
So the crazy thing, I got a crazy story. Me and my friend Will, we were traveling to Florida to DJ a wedding. So we're passing through Georgia, Atlanta, and then going through Atlanta, the actual state capital. There's like this big riot. We don't know what's going on. All this stuff is already just went down, right? We're driving through all this stuff, and then there's this big KKK rally in front of the Capitol.
Wow.
Nobody was wearing white. They're all wearing black. They're all picket fence, doing all this stuff, yelling stuff and everything. Everybody across the street, we had the police and then as we pulled up, we think that we're walking up to, I don't know what, it was like a protest about something. I don't know. And then we realized as we're walking up together, and he
he's black or white?
He's black, right? And we're walking up together and like, we're goofs, bro, already from the jump. So like, we're not thinking anything until we get to the other side of the street. And then we're getting there and realizing what's going on. And then, bro, ever since then, there's something that like genuinely hit me, that like genuine anger, bro. I was just like so mad. For one, I mean, all the ignorant stuff that they're yelling, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There was stuff that was so stupid that is like it makes you laugh, right? They're like, we created music and all this kind of stuff, and going into we created airplanes, flown, blah blah blah. Everybody on the other side is like, but we created good music, and everybody, bro, that type of stuff is just funny. But like, anyway, so I just genuinely never felt that much empathy and love for my best friend.
Got you.
And ever since then, bro, I've been in the same boat. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to do like besides like videos and stuff like that, but like and then go into protests and or whatever. But like the same way, being that advocate for like on the perspective side of things and fighting for unity, because like that's something that you bring in with that is the beautiful side of it, which is what I was gonna ask you, like what brought that at the end of y'all's conversation, what was so beautiful about it. But like I just want everybody to be able to understand, actually fully understand somebody, because like, and that's what takes work, and that work is something that nobody's wanting to go through, right? Yeah. So that's what hit me at that time. We created a spoken word behind it and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so anyway, but like there's something about understanding, and I feel like understanding is the deepest form of love. So it's like I'm never going to be able to fully love you until I understand you. Yeah. And that's why I think that these podcasts are so dope, is because it's like I'm not going to understand why you're so lit as you are right now, 24/7 until I knew what your darkest points were.
100.
You know what I'm saying?
100, yeah.
Because that type of overcoming makes a heck of a lot more sense. Yeah. Why you are the way you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I tell people, like, when you see, a lot of people see hype man, but really I'm a hope man. I'm a thankful dude. I smile a lot because I think about where I came from. Yeah. And I'm just super thankful, man.
That's that gratitude, bro.
Yeah, gratitude.
Gratitude, I feel like heals.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to share a story when you just brought up you and your friend going up to the Capitol. Me and a friend, a white guy, we went to Hawaii, military centers there. And in Hawaii, we had to do this. They always let you know about the local threats or whatever. And so they was telling my friend, because he was white, not to go places by himself. Yeah. Because the locals there, they're not a huge fan of white males, because that's who, when they look at who took their land, that's what they see. Right. They don't see America took my land. They say white males, because when the ships came on everything, it was all white males. And so they had a word for white males that they would call them, right? And when we were there, they were including me. All the locals was including me and leaving my friend out. Like everything, hey, you want to come to this party? You want to come to the house? It's a birthday party. You want to go out? They asking me, they include me. Oh, you want to go to lunch? And they would always leave my friend out. And, I remember we went out a couple of times, and two of the times we went out, people trying to start a fight with them. Nobody ever tried to. Me, it was all love. Him, they try to start a fight with him. And then I would have to step in and say, hey, this is my dude. And it was got to the point where I remember one time we was on a strip there, and it was just a guy dressed like in their native attire, and he had this bell on his foot, and he had a bongo, and he had like these cymbals, and he was creating this beat just by himself. You know what I'm saying? And his theme was he was saying, I hate the white man. I hate the white man. That was his real. Yeah, that was the hook. That was the chorus of his song. And he started saying why, right? And they actually had a queen that was forced to live in her castle her remaining days, right? And so all the locals, they looked at the reason this happened was because it happened like white men did it. So the point I'm getting to is by the end of that 2 weeks, he looked at me and he said, Les, if this what it's like being a black man in America, he was like, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. Because he finally got to see what it was like to not be considered at the top of the food chain, if you will.
Or always accepted.
Always accepted, you know what I'm saying? And for the first time, he was excluded. Yeah. Because of his skin color. Yeah. Not because his character, not because he wasn't who he was as a person. Right. But because of his skin tone. Yeah. And that man said to me, I'm sorry. He said, if this is what it's like being black in America, I apologize, man. I'm so sorry that you had to deal with it. And that's what you experienced in that moment. Yeah. Same thing, man. It's like, when he said that, I was like, wow, thank you.
Yeah.
So anyway, man, but that's
so then we took a bunch of other of my white friends to Hawaii. That's real though, bro. And that realization moment, I feel like everybody needs to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially everybody that is on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. There's so much more that we can go into that. So that's why I'm excited that you're here, bro.
Yeah, man. We already had an hour.
I know. You had a strict time limit, bro. You said I don't watch nothing longer than 30 seconds.
Shout out to the people who watch a 2-hour podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go.
But for real though, I really do appreciate it, bro. And man, we've got more that we
keep going. It's all good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Hey, my man. All right, so you got a part of, and I didn't even know you were coming to Dallas, so I thought it was super dope. I got really excited. One of our good friends, Marcus Black, and he was put on an event, EYA, Embrace Your Ambition, all this kind of stuff, and Embrace Your Ambition.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put an
EYA.
R in there. And so amazing stuff, impacting a lot of people, and you showed up, and I was like, Les?
Yeah.
In Dallas?
Yeah.
Bro, what is good? And then that was the first time I've ever heard you actually speak as a motivational speaker.
Okay, cool.
And so I was like, wow, bro, this is dope.
Yeah,
and so,
yeah, man.
Well, so like going into this transition of going into a motivational speaker, which you did inform me that you are going to be speaking where?
TED Talk, man. TEDx Oklahoma City, man. September the
Bro,
9th.
Let's go.
Get your
That's
tickets,
crazy.
man.
That's crazy.
All you got to do is Google TEDx Oklahoma City. You'll find it.
Yeah.
Get your ticket. Get your ticket.
Congrats, bro.
Man, I appreciate it. It's bro, it's like, for me, I can't say that this was a goal of mine.
Yeah.
But what I will tell you is that
This is like the epitome for speakers.
yeah, man, to have the opportunity, man, I am beyond blown away at what God is doing. I'm excited about it. I'm going to be real honest about, you just talked about how, like, when a person shared their darkness or the things that they went through to get to where they're at, like, that's where the connection is. And I'm real honest. Like, I live by, if you want to impress people, you share your victories. If you want to impact people, you share your losses, your failures, right? So I live by that. And so I'm in my talk, man, I talk a lot about my life and the challenges I went through. I'm excited about it, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'm going to be real vulnerable, man. So, you know.
That's dope. So seeing you at EYA, bro, and then you were going in, obviously about your life and everything like that. What made you want to get into the realm of motivational speaking?
So, man, when I came into the faith, man, I was like,
he said, I created motivational
speaking.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I should have, trademarked that.
Right, I should have, yeah. Copyright. Yeah.
But, man, I started off, I would, preach a lot in church or teach, you know what I mean? Like, so, I was ordained as a minister in 2004. So, like, I would bring the word in my church often.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I was one of those people that, when people see that you're good at what you do or whatever, especially in the church, oh, you called to be a pastor, and so I battle back and forth about, you like, dude, let's dive into it. Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. When people see that you're effective and you can speak, oh, you called to be a pastor. And so that was really my training ground to find that I did have a gift of speaking. But I thank God that he showed me that the majority of my speaking is to be done in the community.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Because there's a lot of people that's not coming to a church.
Definitely not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Matthew 28 says, go. That's the first word. It didn't say sit and wait for people to come. Like it says, go make disciples, right? And so for me, in my life, I was really thankful that when I realized that, Les, you are effective in the walls, but I called you to be a concrete preacher. So the thing is with the motivational speaking, really what it is, I'm hiding as a preacher, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really giving you principles of life. I'm giving you principles from the Bible. It depends on the setting that I'm in, if I'm going to break out a scripture or not. And so the motivation, the energy, the joy that people see, really the main source of that is Jesus. Yeah. Period. And so I just love to encourage people and for me to overcome the things that I've overcome, sharing that with people help free them and help release them to go be their great or be whatever God called them to be. So yeah, man, I just kind of rolled into the motivational thing, and not with Marcus Black. You know, we both was mentored by Les Brown, and
y'all are both loud, bro. Yeah,
yeah, I'm not as loud as him,
bro.
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
so loud.
I mean, I listen.
Bro, you know talk about it, bro. Okay, Taylor, tell these people, bro. I've walked in on a couple of y'all sessions, and literally, like I could hear him from the street, bro. Literally coming in.
Absolutely.
You know, he's recording, doing all his stuff, bro. It's so funny, bro. We'll have to do another episode of it. We've done one already, but like. Bro, is loud, bro.
Yeah, I already know, and I'm loud,
It's
but I'm not as loud as him. Hey, yo, what's up? It's your man, M Black Speaks, and I want to come to you, letting you know, and you know,
because you can. Let's go.
Man, you gotta do the head thing.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, and it doesn't move. It don't move.
It don't
just
move, bro.
slid the bill. That's
I think
it.
he glued it to his head. Or something, bro.
Oh me, that might be what it is.
Move, bro. Shout out to M Black Speaks, man. Go check him out on all platforms.
And he's an author. Check out his book.
Yeah. But make sure you turn the volume down. Turn the volume.
Because you'll be blowing those speakers, bro.
Nah, he be killing it though. Shout out to Marcus.
Nah, he's amazing dude, bro.
Amazing.
So, for real. But so yeah. Anyway.
So that's how I got into motivational speaking.
Yep. So were you speaking motivational speaking before Salt?
Yeah, I was. I actually been doing motivational speaking, man. Unofficially, dang,
bro. Just say you created it, bro.
Before I was born, bro. Before I was born, I came out and I motivated the doctor as a baby, bro.
Hey, it's lemon dropping this thing about to motivate you.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's so fire.
But yeah, man, I did it for a while. You know, well, because part of to kind of give you full context. Is I would go into schools like when I was in the rap group. I was about to say you did. We were going to schools and you couldn't talk about Jesus. Right.
I was gonna say about your YFC, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Before YFC, man, I was going into schools and you couldn't mention Jesus. So that's kind of where the whole
was this with mobsters with like
mobsters.
Sorry,
please don't say
what I say.
Bro.
I didn't say monsters. I said moms. I think I said mom.
Bro, listen. Let me tell you.
I said mom.
When I tell you that we were the Wu-Tang, the Christian version of Wu-Tang, like we literally almost beat people up for saying monsters of light instead of mobsters of light. We had so many people disrespect our name, bro.
That was on accident. I'm not like throwing shade.
I know, but some people did it on
way
purpose.
Better, like a
better name than mobsters of light.
No, than monsters, like to make fun.
Well, here's my thing: is like we were in church, like we were straight Christian rappers in church. That's the only place.
So y'all be picking fights, bro, at church?
No, we didn't pick fight. If somebody disrespected our name on purpose, we was ready.
At church,
wherever, at the altar, bro. It didn't matter.
People who fight at church are the funniest people. I've never, because whenever we were, I don't know if you've experienced it, but when I was in youth, bro, they would show up in the parking lot to fight, and they would be like, This is the funny thing. We're in youth group, bro.
Yeah,
youth group, chilling in the audience. I could hear people talking and like, hey, so and so's about it, blah, 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 blah. And then you like in the middle of the service, you hear the glass, the glass door that just pop open, ding, whatever. And then like it's a grocery store. No, I'm just playing. But like, they come in, there's the person they're about to fight or whatever, and then everybody gets tense. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's even listening to the sermon or whatever. It's like, why would you pick?
They came to church to fight.
Come to church to fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's a whole nother level. Because even gangsters respect church. Even the hardest gangsters, like.
I don't know. You said that you fought at church.
No, well, no. What I'm saying is, we would fight at church. Like if you disrespected the name on purpose.
That's so dope.
You see how the expression of my face changed? If you disrespected our name, you was gonna get Wu-Tang. Oh, see that rhyme, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying?
That's the IDC degree, bro.
Yeah, that's the IDC degree, man.
Masters, bro.
But yeah, what it is that like, if we were in a church setting, it's pretty clear that our name wasn't Monsters.
Yeah, right.
So like we were really big. So the guy that was leading our amazing group at the time was Nick Smith.
Yeah.
He always gave people a card to read and he would ask them respectfully, please announce us like this. He would give them what to say. And so when people
didn't enunciated that B.
Yeah, well when people wouldn't take it serious, it really was kind of disrespectful. And we was kind of disrespected. Right. It's more to it, but we was kind of disrespected when we first came in. Exodus movement, Preachaholics and Supertropolis was like the top dogs.
Right.
So when we came in loud and rowdy, they're like, who are these dudes? So like some people just didn't take it serious, and so they'd be like, I remember one time we were at OU, and
already bad energy.
Yeah, already bad energy. We were at OU, and this person introduced us, and he knew who he is, and he was like, I remember Nick saying, "Please read this, please," and they were like, "Oh, I got you." So the announcer was like, next up we got Monsters, Molly, something like that. I don't know, whatever they are. They coming up next. That's how they introduced us, right? Like for real. You know what I mean? And so Nick was the calm one. I had to like for real hold him back. Like I'm talking about, he was ready to get it right there on stage in front of everybody. And usually I'm the one that's kind of out of control, especially back then.
Well, that's even more disrespectful if you physically hand somebody a card, read this, and then you just demolish it. Yeah, that
was on purpose.
On purpose. Yeah, it's got to be.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
But you know, if the person can see this, we forgive you.
This actually could low key go into another conversation of, like the whole Will Smith situation.
Yeah, man.
What did you feel about that one?
Man, that's a tough one, bro. Are you asking Les Thomas the Christian, or are you asking Les Thomas the?
They're one and the same.
No, I'm always a Christian. Just so y'all know, I'm being silly, but
right.
Here's the thing, man. Again, you know,
because that's a situation it's set up to fail either way.
Either way, well, we're judging it from afar, just like the Kanye
of course.
and Big Sean thing. But
so it's just fun to talk.
Oh no. I would just prefacing it with that, kind of prefacing it with that, so people know that, like, I don't know if any answer is the right answer,
right.
And what I'm about to give may not be true
for sure.
But I almost feel like he felt the pressure to respond.
Yeah.
You know, especially when
by who?
Oh, Jada. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
Like, here's the thing, bro. Jada and Will, and I'm gonna say this, and I stand on it. You know, and I don't really care if anybody get offended, but we have to stop idolizing these actors, actresses, and famous people, these couples, because you don't know what they're going through in their life, man.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying? My wife and I, we have had amazing mentors. I can tell you about Bob and Jamie Stovall, Steve and Tara Alexander. I could tell you about these people that really helped us, that was tangible people that helped us in our marriage. I ain't about to look at no TV screen on my phone or no whatever and let them mentor me from afar. I don't know what the heck they're going through. So I say that to say that it's obvious that their relationship is pretty toxic.
Oh, for sure.
And so people got to see firsthand with the entanglement and then with the slappage that you cannot look at people. And I'm not judging them. I'm just saying, like, bro, you got to know what you're connected to. Because right now, everybody talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce. You do not know what's going on in Jay-Z and Beyonce's house. Do I think it's cool that a couple, especially a black couple, let's be real, because we don't see it. You know, that's one of the things we talk about at fatherlessness, right?
Yep.
So to see this couple look like they prospering, I can see how we're like happy about that. I am happy that they're married and this and that, but I'm not going to idolize them and say goals. I'm not going to post a picture. I'm so tired of seeing young people post pictures of these rappers with their girl and saying goals. I'm like, really, dude? Nah, bro. Find you somebody locally that's been married for 50 years and say that's goals. You can go talk to them and they can tell you their failures and what they've been through. And you can see that's a soapbox for me. So anyway, to answer your question, I really think that Will Smith was pressured. And he revealed it in his book. He revealed it when he said, I didn't stand up for my mom. When his father was abusing his mom, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He talked about how he didn't stand up for his mom.
Yeah.
So here it is. I believe he's thinking, I'm not going to let this happen again.
And he also just got done doing a movie where that, like the dad of Serena Williams, like that's all that he did. So he was already.
He stood up for his kids.
Right. He just got done playing a role of always standing up and being on 10 about it.
Well, and they talk about these actors and actresses like you really have to become that person.
Right.
So you're right. Like, I think he's dealing with that. I think he's dealing with all the negative publicity that the Red Table brought, you know, and I think he just feeling.
And the media went crazy about the whole like Tupac and Jada thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, y'all.
Well, And Chris disrespected her in 2016.
Right.
When she was talking about boycott the Oscars, and he was like, well, how you going to boycott something you're not invited to? So he dissed her when she wasn't even there.
Yeah.
So, and initially he laughed. And so do I think he handled it well? I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that you should walk on stage. I'm answering. Now I'm about to answer from the perspective of a black man. Okay. The guy that put the Oscars, that produced it, was a black guy, a black man. The first time a black man has been in that position.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Then you got Samuel L. Jackson, who's getting an award. Then you got my man Questlove getting an award.
Yep.
You know, like, y'all got to understand, like, the reason Jada was talking about the Oscars and the reason people have talked about the Oscars, because black people usually do not get credit or even nominated unless you're playing a gangster,
right,
or you showing your body.
Yeah.
And so for the first time, Oscars was being given out for like just really good acting. You know what I'm saying?
The actual reason.
The actual reason you should get the award, and it was overshadowed by Will. Nobody's talking about Questlove. Nobody's talking about Will Smith's award. Nobody. Come on, Will Smith should have more than just that one award, right? No one is talking about Samuel Jackson and Questlove. So my thing is like nobody's talking about the producer who put it together. People have to understand that we are getting to a place in America where minorities are getting there first in some situations. This was the first. Yeah. And it was overshadowed by the decision that Will Smith made to go. See, for me, more than a slap, I look at that. Because for some people who have a bad perspective on black people, they saying, see, they don't know how to act. Right. See, you see, for them.
So everything good was overshadowed by the bad.
It was overshadowed, man. There's so many great things happened that day. And so for me, that bothers me more than the actual, like, him making the decision to slap Chris.
I wonder, like, do you think that if it was anybody else, he would have slapped him?
I definitely think that part of the reason he did is because who it was. If that was 50 Cent, he wouldn't have went up there and slapped 50 Cent.
Bruh, who would?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and him and Chris is, from what I know, again, we're on the outside looking in, but they were great friends. Right. You know, and Chris's brother already said, when I see Will, now Will did a formal apology to his brother, because his brother said, when I see you, it's on. It's on, right. It's on. So it shows you the difference. Crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so Will apologized without apologizing. I read it. It was a couple of weeks ago. You know,
that video.
Yeah. So he apologized, but he didn't apologize. Like, I get it. It's a tough place to be in. I feel bad for Will Smith because, you know, he's at the top of, when you look at minorities, and I know I keep on going back to that, but it's kind of like just a perspective of educating thing. Yeah. We don't get to celebrate a lot of people, man. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? It's Will Smith, it's Denzel Washington. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, bro, he's at the pinnacle. Yeah. So many people are looking up to him. Yeah. And
that is a lot of pressure then.
It is. And so that's one reason I feel bad for him. But I don't feel bad for him from perspective of, you know, the consequence of his actions. Right. Because there's got to be a consequence for your actions.
I always think about the side of Chris Rock. Like, there was a whole lot of, like, film on you know, Will Smith being pulled aside by Denzel, and then Tyler Perry getting comforted, all that.
And did anybody pull Chris?
That's what I'm wondering. It was like, yo, he just walked back his ice pack and then go? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a wild thing. And plus, he's a comedian, bro. That's his job.
Well, many comedians spoke up about how now they have a little anxiety when they're just being comical.
There's been a couple of instances that, like, somebody rushed the stage.
Well, I mean, you saw what, I mean, they better learn from what happened with
Brandon Shaw, or
no, the other black dude. Come on, man.
Wasn't it Dave?
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle.
They better learn from Dave Chappelle. Dude, I mean, dude, arm was like facing the other way. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't be running up on these stages, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, this is real life here.
You can get Chris rocked real quick.
Oh, come on, hit him with you.
Sorry.
Come on.
One line.
I thought it was fake at first, man. But when I saw the posture of Will Smith, slap and still have his defense ready if Chris was gonna come for him. And then when I see Chris, like how when he got hit,
he got stuttered.
Yeah. Both of them like showed you like, nah, this is real.
Right.
Yeah, this is not no movie stuff.
And that even that did you see the clip of like a whole nother film? Did you see that? Where it's like a whole nother film that plays out exactly the same way.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that was a parody.
Was it?
Yeah. When someone ended up saying that was a parody, they try to act like it came out before that, right? No, they try to act like
after.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, it was. Well, yeah. I think what you saw though, it was like them reacting that situation just in a different way.
Got you.
It was like it was created. Someone wrote that out.
Got you.
And,
Okay.
and did that. Yeah. So, but anyway, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because like at first I was just irritated on the fact of like, if you got you trying to stand up for your family, all of that, so it makes sense on that end. But then it's also thinking about the other side of it is like, man, like why would you? Chris Rock seems like a lovable type of guy.
Man, here's the thing, man. I saw a lot of people like shout out to Will Smith. He's standing up for women, this and that, or whatever. But my question is, was he standing up for his family? I mean, was he?
Because if you were, you would think about all the repercussions that would happen.
Standing up for your family at that moment. Now, don't get me wrong.
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect. Come on, bro. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand, like, in a moment, you can, like, lose your mind. We've all done that where we made mistakes out of anger.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm all about a man. Anybody will tell you that if you do something to my family, the thug side of Les will come out. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's there. It's there. I mean, I the old Les is in the casket, but I can't say that it's 6 feet deep. It might be 3 feet deep. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So
with the arms sticking out.
yeah, ready to smack you. But right. I'm just joking. But I'm kind of joking. But anyway, but the thing is, like, I get it. Like, but standing up for your family, I believe in that moment. Now, this is hindsight. This is me being able to think, not being in the moment. Standing up for your family is I'm gonna handle that later. I'm not going to respond right now. I'm going to handle it later, and then what would have been better is for them to handle it later, and then Chris do a public apology. Like that. I think that would have hurt more.
That would have been putting the ball in his court. Then.
Yeah, and it would have been much better.
Yeah.
Because man, I won't go there, but it just, I think it would have been better for Will Smith. He should have did like the NBA players. I'm gonna meet you in the back. You know what I'm saying? The NBA players don't fight on the court, but they go stand at your bus. He should have handled it in the back.
Well, then TMZ would have been posted up.
Yeah,
waiting to record
that still would have been better though than the moment.
You think so?
It would have been better backstage than on stage.
Right. Oh yeah,
you know
for sure. Yeah, the world went nuts, bro.
And we was on that for like 20 minutes.
Oh, that topic? Yeah. But
it's all good. I mean, we're just having conversation. Oh. That's what you said to me.
I did.
Hey, bro, your goal rope a little bigger than mine, bro.
I don't know what to explain about that one.
I don't know, man. We might need to swap.
I'll send you a link. How big is your neck?
Man, I created the neck, so I mean,
I created the rope necklace.
Yeah,
man.
So for shirts, I wear 18 and a half, like button ups. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a 20. I think they said it's 24, 26.
Bro, thinking about style, that even goes back to like, what did you and the mobsters used to wear, bro?
Oh, bro, like
was it big old jeans?
We wore, like, I wore 5X shirts, bro, and like, jeans that if I didn't have no belt on, you know what I'm saying, like
faith holds them up.
Back then, like if you look at I even used to wear this whole wrap on my head. You remember how
like a do-rag or like a?
Nah, man, it's kind of like, you remember how APOC, what he used to wear? Have you seen any of his pictures where he
APOC? Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to actually. Shout out to APOC who stole my style, but I used to wear these. I created the rap. But I used to wear this, like, when I think about it now, like, I almost can't believe I did it. But I used to wear this. We talked about stuff being corny. When I look and I see pictures, I'm like, bro, that was so corny.
Right.
But I used to wear this little wrap on my head where it was a ball back here, kind of like the women do. And so, but to me, it was stylish. But yeah, man, we wore the big jerseys. Yeah. The 5X jerseys when you should be wearing a 1X. Everything was baggy.
You wear like chains and everything too?
No, I didn't wear any chains, and actually, I still at that time I wore Adidas. I mean, I still wear Adidas.
Right.
It's outside of OSU gear. I wear nothing but Adidas. But so I had on Adidas. I guess I'm stuck in that time,
Right.
Because I still wear Adidas.
But you don't wear like oversized shirts, like
No.
over.
I don't wear oversized shirts at
like
all.
where you can fit a family in one.
Yeah. No, I've always been pretty muscular, so it's hard for me to find because I created the muscles now. Man. I'm just joking. I need to stop now. That wasn't funny no more. But
If you said like that you created the muscle tee, that would have been good.
yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, wow. Hey, don't you have it? I just want myself.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, man. I t-shirts. I wore the big t-shirts. Man.
Yeah.
But I still wear these.
I think it's so funny because even like looking back at videos of Dylan, he wore like the big old oversized pink polo.
Oversized,
Bro,
yeah.
so funny.
Man, that was just a style, man. It's gonna come back one day.
No.
Man,
Are you
here's the
kidding?
thing. Everything circles around, bro. Everything. When you
It
look
does,
at,
bro. Like even the Hoochie Daddy shorts, that's always been a thing. My dad, I look
Yeah.
at pictures of my dad when he was 19, wearing the same dang shorts I do now.
exactly, that's what I'm saying. So think about it. Everything was smaller. You
Yeah.
even look at the NBA. Look at basketball alone. Everything was smaller.
Oh, yeah.
90s it got big. Now it's back to being small. Like now the players are like literally taking their shorts and folding them
Fold
3
them
or 4
up.
times,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
At some point in time, baggy is gonna be the thing again, bro.
That big though?
Girls are already wearing baggy pants now. The boy pants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
but
are-
it's like a tank top. Like I see
It's
what
coming
you
back,
mean.
bro.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
But that big of shirts for dude, I don't think that dudes would accept that.
Now let me say this though. I guarantee your dad would say the same thing. He said the same thing in the 90s. It's
Wow.
no way somebody's gonna
Wow.
wear a shirt that look like a dress. They wore it.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like even hairstyles, like even beards. At some point in time, the beard is gonna go away and the clean shave is gonna be what's in. Then the beard's gonna come back. I mean, we already seen it with hairstyles. The box is here, the slope is there.
Yeah.
The waves.
Braids.
Yeah, braids.
All the
Everything
things.
come and go. Afros. Yeah. Styles.
That's real.
It's pretty much nothing new under the sun, though.
So history legit repeats itself.
It does. That's why we need to know history. Mic drop. But
Wow.
go ahead.
That's even more crazy about because we've been talking a lot about racial stuff, but Oklahoma, they take it.
I might run for office one day, so let's watch out what I'm joking. We'll go
I
ahead.
remember in
No,
2022, whenever you created everything and said a bunch of racial stuff. No, but
No. Go ahead. What you
yeah.
about to go? I'm not afraid.
No, I was just saying, like, even growing up in my school, like we weren't even taught, what I'm saying, the whole race riots in Tulsa, right? And
Yeah,
so like
massacre.
yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid,
Let me tell you why they called it
wild.
riot. The reason they called it race riot is because that made it where the insurance, they didn't have to cover the insurance policies. So the reason they call it race riot, insurance doesn't have to pay out what you deserve for the damage to your property. If it would have been called a massacre, they would have had to pay all those families.
Wow.
So would it been the name itself stopped them from having to make the payouts for the damage? That's why it's important.
But even at that, I didn't even know about that. Even if it wasn't
Yeah.
riot or
Oh,
massacre,
yeah,
you know what I'm
didn't
saying?
know.
I didn't even know about that, like growing up.
You know what's crazy? I didn't either.
Right.
Yeah,
And
none of us did.
So like that lunch that we had, Sushi Nico, you remember?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That whole thing, that conversation blew me away
Really?
because a lot of the stuff that we were talking about in there,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about, but then also how I don't remember his name, but he was talking about how there was a lot of black farmers
Yeah.
and everything, and none of that is ever talked about, bro.
Did you know that you can look at history. Oklahoma was really like a black state.
That's what, yeah. I've been seeing that.
many towns, and black
And even
families
to now.
was prospering.
Even now, I think that because there's this one dude that has like the he's like the Oklahoma history buff.
Oh, he said the number one. What's his name? He talked like
can't-
this and he got a hoodie on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's,
Yeah.
Oh, your number one influencer, black influencer.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He was saying that even Oklahoma has the most like black ran states or towns
towns.
in the nation,
Yeah. I mean,
which is still dope.
Yeah, it is dope, and
But we need
it's
more,
history
so.
though. And here's the thing: I understand if it's not in American history,
Right.
But it wasn't even in Oklahoma history,
bro. What?
Like only reason I knew about the Tulsa massacre was because my great grandfather was in it, and my family talked about it. That's the only that's the only information I had. But I went to an all black school and I still didn't learn about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's a part of history, and I understand why they try to erase and act like it didn't happen.
Why?
Big embarrassment, terrible. The government was in on it.
Okay, but
It's
we
obvious.
still talk about the Native Americans. That's embarrassing too.
We
should be.
We do. So now check this out. I'm about to hit you with something.
Go ahead. I might have already learned it from the American or the.
You probably did.
No, I'm playing.
Well, here's the thing. George Floyd. You want me
Yeah.
to tell you why that hit so hard? It hit so hard because for the first time,
right?
Well, no, media always show all of them, right? That was the first time for some people, not for many, but for some people, that was the first time they did not have to change their lens, their perspective, and they could see that it was wrong. Like many times we try to get people to understand,
Right.
you know, like put on these glasses, put on this lens so you
Yeah.
can see. And they're like, yeah, I don't see that. My
Right.
lens doesn't show that. My lens doesn't identify that. George Floyd was the first time that anyone can look at, and I don't care what's your background in life. I don't care where you're from. You can look at it and say,
That
that's
was wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So with the Tulsa massacre, they knew immediately that was wrong. That's embarrassment.
Right. Yeah.
And so I think part of the reason it was kind of like, we do talk about history, but who was the embarrassment on? And at that time, it's kind of like, if that was an inside thing, if the government was part of it, bro, they said bombs was dropped. So does that mean that the military was involved? We may not know. We may never know. But I know that farmers didn't have the ability to drop bombs. Right. Civilians didn't have the ability to drop bombs. Right. So like I think it's so many facets to it, and it's so dirty.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It's kind of like the JFK thing. They waited until the people were no longer alive to talk more about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, why do that? Because you're trying to protect the people that was involved. There's more to it, right? And so I don't have the real answer of why it was erased or they tried to erase it, but I do think it's because the shame, the guilt, because they knew in their own lens that was wrong.
There's no way to hide it.
It's no way to. It's no way to hide who was wrong in that situation, bro.
Right.
It's no way to. Let's say that the kid in the elevator, even though the story was made up, but let's say it really happened. Is that worth burning down the entire community? You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't say that he raped her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it wasn't like anything crazy. I think she just kind of said he flirted with her, right? Type thing, if I remember correctly. But my thing is like, even if that was true, was it worth? Do I go down and burn down the entire neighborhood if someone mistreats my wife or my daughter? Do I go to their neighborhood and burn down the entire neighborhood? Or do I go to that person?
So then that would low key justify the intensity of the riots going on now.
Okay, so expound.
Because, like, I mean, if they get upset about one thing, they demolish a whole town.
Yeah.
And businesses, everything.
Uh-huh.
Somebody walking down the street doing a protest and stealing and burning down cars and businesses is the same thing.
Yep.
But even less because that was targeted. This was not.
You know what Martin Luther King said? He said that the riot is the voice of the voiceless. And so it's no different than like
it makes sense.
And I'm not advocating riots at all, but what I'm saying is like a baby, when they're unhappy, that's the louder they get. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like
not being heard.
Yeah, the baby is trying to tell you what they want, but they don't know how to tell you, or when they tell you, you ain't getting it. You know, and so like everyone has a point, and that goes back to the everyone want to talk about the effect. You know, but they don't want to talk about the cause. And we learned that in elementary. Cause and effect, we learned in elementary.
Full circle, bro.
So the thing is, we could talk about the effect all day, but you better be willing to talk about that cause. Because if I sit down with you,
not even talk about it, fix it. That's a problem. And so
it's hard to be fixed. You know why?
Because we're way past that. We're already.
When I think about a capital right now, bro, does it reflect our community? Like, I'm almost surprised.
I see what you're saying.
I'm almost surprised. I'm almost like not surprised whenever a bill is passed and it's not pro people. It's not pro minorities. I'm almost not surprised because, like, you know, it's not many voices in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so when you talk about change, it's like, you know, we got to vote. You know, we got to, you know, in our community, you know, I wasn't taught the importance of voting, and I was taught that my vote didn't count, so I never did vote. I just started voting like 6 years ago and get more involved in everything because I was taught that it didn't matter, and you know, and so you know, that's why we have to vote. We have to lead where we are because most people think that you got to have a position to lead. You don't have to have a position to lead. Lead where you're at, bro. Everybody has influence over someone. It's someone. I don't care if you broke as a joke. You got someone that's looking at you that you can influence and that's looking up to you. You know what I mean? It's always someone like that. So the thing is, like, lead where you're at and make a difference. And so
you can always empower without being in power.
Come on, man.
Yeah, definitely.
100. Man, I like that. Did you come up with that?
I said it at a National Guard camp.
I thought I created that, man. No, I'm playing. Oh, man, I got to laugh.
Bro's going to be in office saying, man, I created this one saying. And I'm like, bro.
I created the Oklahoma Seal, man. You know what I'm saying?
You changed the
one that was in Guthrie that you stole and they brought it up here to Oklahoma City.
You changed the native on top to you screaming at the microphone.
Oh, bro. Listen.
OSU, the voice of Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Maybe a statue next to it.
Bro, you know that's hilarious.
Yeah, because shout out to the natives. I love the Native Americans. And so I just will make mine just a little smaller.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Screaming like this.
In his hand, the dude that's going like this. I'm Choctaw. But I always say it. But there would be a little figurine of you. That'd be tight.
A little small one. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Like the bobblehead my wife just got me.
Wow. We should just screw that into the hand. That'd be dope. And then Oklahoma weather, you're just going. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's pretty cool.
Bro, I know we went over way past your time, and I'm sorry, but I genuinely appreciate this conversation, bro. Yeah. I feel like obviously we'll have way more conversation outside of this.
Yeah, and we could have talked about anything for a long period of time.
Oh, for sure.
So much to talk about.
Definitely. Tell the people one thing, man. For one, to encourage these people, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know, in just life or business opportunities or spiritual walk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Give somebody something that you live by, and then tell them where they can follow you.
Okay. Well, let me say this. What's up? It's your boy B-Less. No, I'm playing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marcus Black.
Yeah. No. I thought you were going into like what your intro was for the OSU stuff.
No. Just messing with Marcus.
Yeah.
But man, you know, what I would say is like it's never too late to be your great. Like, you know, all of us have made mistakes. All of us has come from a different background where people might have counted us out or whatever, man. But it's never too late to be your great. You got to surround yourself with people that believe in you. And if they don't, you got to believe in yourself like David did at Ziklag. You know, so you got to just believe in yourself. Get it done one bite at a time. You know, don't think that, oh, man, I'm going to be my great within the day. No, it takes some time. It takes some work. It takes some effort. You know, you can't expect anything to grow that you don't water. And so if you want to be great, if it's something you want to be good at, make sure that you water that thing every day. You know what I'm saying? Like a little water. You don't have to like drown it because a lot of people try to put, you know, a gallon of water on a rose. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way. You just need to give it the right amount of water a day, right? The right amount of water a day. So give your life the right amount of life a day. You know what I'm saying? Give your life the right amount of life a day.
Yeah.
Don't try to give it too much that get overwhelming and that's stressful. And don't look at all these other people saying, you got to do it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, team no sleep. That is crazy. You need to sleep. You need to rest. You need the adequate things that you need to grow. You know what I'm saying? A water doesn't just need water and it doesn't just need sun. It needs both. It needs water at a time. It needs sun. It needs some shade. It needs all these different things. Your life is the same way, man. Give it what it needs to get to where you want to be. You know what I mean? And so anyway, man, you can find me on Instagram, lesthomas.senior. You know, you can find me on Twitter, Bless the Mic with one S, Bless the Mic with one S. I wanted to change it, but shout out to Twitter. They won't let me change it to lesthomas.senior. And
Elon Musk would have let you.
I know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was about to overdo I created, but I stopped. But anyway, I digress.
I created Elon Musk.
Yeah. Oh, man, this is hilarious, bro. So we might do a whole clips of I created, you know.
Bro, you did everything.
So anyway, now I did create this, lesthomassenior.com. You know know what I'm saying? I did create that. So you can go to letsthomassenior.com, man. Hopefully that's by the time this go out. Yeah. But anyway, man, love y'all, man. Be encouraged. Yeah. Go be your great man. Why? Because you can.
We'll see y'all next time. Thank you so much.
All right,